Okay, welcome back then for your next lesson for this week. Okay, so we are through now in multiplying fraction. We'll go now to division of fraction. Okay, so this time we are going to divide fractions. Okay, so how are we going to do that? By using reciprocal. Okay, so reciprocal. Okay, so to divide fraction, just simply multiply the fraction to its reciprocal. For example, 2 thirds. Now what is the reciprocal of 2 thirds? Let's invert them. The denominator here will become the numerator, and the numerator here will become its denominator. Okay? We just invert the fraction. Okay? And that is the reciprocal. Okay? So if you're going to have another example, what is the reciprocal of 9/4? Okay? So the reciprocal of 9/4 is simply just the denominator here will become its numerator, and the numerator here will become its denominator. Okay? So the reciprocal of 9/4 is 4/9. Okay? Just simply invert the fraction. Now, why is it important? Because in dividing fraction, we use the reciprocal. Okay? So, for example, let's divide 4/5. Okay? Let's just have 5 examples. Okay? For this lesson, so that I will take much of your time. So let's have 4/5. 4/5 divided by 2 thirds. Okay. So we are now dividing fraction. Okay. So 4/5 here is being divided by 2 thirds. Now how do we answer this? So by simply multiplying 4/5 to the reciprocal of 2 thirds. That's how we answer that. Okay. So if you're going to write this, just copy 4/5. Okay. 4/5. Okay. Now, division here will become now multiplication times. Okay. The reciprocal of 2 thirds. No. So the reciprocal of 2 thirds, 3 here will become now its numerator, while 2 here will become its denominator. Okay. So 2 thirds become 3/2 for reciprocal. So again, how to divide fraction? By simply multiplying the fraction to the reciprocal of 2 thirds. Okay? So it becomes 4/5 times 3/2. So let's use cancellation method. You can cancel this cross. So you can divide them both by 2. Now 2 here divided by 2 is 1, while 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay? So we can now multiply. 2 times 3 is 6. 5 times 1 is 5. Okay? So we have an improper fraction. And let's change this into a mixed number. So 6 divided by 5 is 1. And we have a remaining number which is 1. And for our denominator, that is 5. Okay? So our answer will be 1 and 1/5. Okay? That's how you multiply, that's how you divide fraction. Now let's have more examples. Maybe can you give me the reason? Let's have example number 2. example number 2 is 2/4. 2/4 divided by 1/4. Okay. So we are now dividing fraction. Okay. Now, to answer this, let's just multiply this fraction to the reciprocal of this fraction. Okay? So divide fractions, let's multiply it to its reciprocal. So if we're gonna answer this, okay, so if we copy this the fraction which is 2/4, multiply that so it's the reciprocal of this fraction. So 1/4 will become 4 for each numerator and 1 for each denominator. Just simply invert the fraction. Okay? That is its reciprocal. And we can now multiply. Let's use the summation method. You can both cancel this, divide them with 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1, while 4 divided by 4 is 1. So if we're going to multiply, 2 times 1 is 2. While 1 times 1 is 1. So if we divide 2 divided by 1 is 2. Okay? So therefore, our answer is 2. Okay? So let's solve another example. Example number 3. That is 5, 6. Well, let's have a whole number. Okay, 5 over 6 divided by 5. Okay. Now, the same process then. Okay. So we are now dividing fraction with a whole number, but it's the same process. Okay. So why? We are going to reciprocate 5. No. 5 for the whole number, and the fractional form of 5 is 5/1. Okay? And the reciprocal of 5/1 is simply 1/5. Okay? That is the reciprocal. Child, don't do that. I'm having a lesson. Don't do that. Okay? Let's continue then. Okay? So if you're going to answer this, let's copy 5/6. 5/6. Now, multiply that to the reciprocal. Divide here will become multiply times. And the reciprocal of 5, which is 5/1 here, is 1/5. So it becomes 1/5. Okay, that is reciprocal. Now let's multiply. We're going to multiply the 2 into the 2 fraction. It will become, or if you are going to cancel it first, so 5 can divide in both by 5. Now 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 5 here divided by 5 is 1 also. So if we're going to multiply, 1 times 1 is 1, and 6 times 1 is 6. Therefore, our final answer that's 1/6. Okay? Let's have some more example. Let's have example number 4.
Daddy, you think it's funny, Daddy?
Yes, you're funny, Tabi.
Isn't there a chicken? Like this, but that was for me. Because I love chicken.
Later, Tabi. Later. Okay, let's have example number 4 then. We have here 2/3. 2/3 divided by 4/9. Okay. Now the same process to divide the fraction, you just simply multiply the fraction to its reciprocal. So copy this, 2/3. Now division here will become multiply. Okay. Now Tabi, not yet. Later lang, later. Sinabi niya pa siya. Okay. So, let's have this reciprocal. 4 over 9 will become 9 over 4. Okay. Multiplied by this reciprocal. Now, let's use the cancellation method. We can divide them both by 3. This cross can divide them both by 3. Now 3 will become 1, or 3 divided by 3 is 1, while 9 divided by 3 is 3. Okay. Now this cross we can divide them both by 2. Now 2 here divided by 2 is 1, while 4 divided by 2 is 2. So what comes is that 1 times 3 is 3. And for each denominator, 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, so we have 3 halves. Now, 3 halves here is an improper fraction. Let's change this into a mixed number. So, 3 divided by 2 is 1. Okay, we have 1, 2 out from 3. And we have a remainder 1. And for our denominator, that is 2. We have 1 and 1 half. Okay, that's the answer for number 4. So let's have a last example for our lesson today. Okay, let's have example number 5. Okay, so we have 4/5 divided by 2/5. Okay. So, the same, we are dividing fractions now. To divide this fraction, the same process, multiply this fraction to the its reciprocal. This fraction. Okay. So, if we go to answer this, 4/5, that will be 4/5. Okay. Division here will become multiplication times its reciprocal of this fraction. So 5 here will become its denominator, and 2 will become its 5 here will become its numerator, and 2 here will become its denominator. Okay? Now we can use the cancellation method. We can divide this cross with 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. While 5 here divided by 5 is 1. And we can cancel this 2 also. We can divide them both by 2. Now 2 divided by 2 is 1. While 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay. So we have 2 over 1 times 1 over 1. Okay. So let's multiply. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay. While 1 times 1 is 1. And 2 divided by 1 equals 2. Okay? So we have 2 for the final answer. Okay? So that's it for today's lesson. See you next lesson then. Thank you for your time.